future reference. We'll be uploading this video on YouTube on our SEC Online channel. You can access it. The link would be provided to ma'am. And also, otherwise, you can go to SEC Online YouTube channel and you can search for AMT University session. And looking at the date, you can look at your session. There'll be a couple of other sessions of AMT University Jaipur from the past. So if you want to see those, you can see them as well. So, like I said, the session is going to be a lot of sharing of knowledge. It can be one way. I can share it with like a download, can just keep on talking and you'll be at the receiving end, or you can raise your questions. Anything that you come to your mind, do not hesitate to ask your question. Unmute yourself or put it in the chat. We will try to answer all of those questions right now. Let me introduce myself and my team. My name is Chetan Singh Gill. I'm a trainer with SEC Online. With me, I have this smart-looking person from Ghaziabad, Mr. Mohit Singh. And then I have someone who is hiding behind the curtain. That is Mr. Rajesh Raina, who's not willing to show his video right now. And we have our favorite Ashu ma'am helping us conduct this session. So why are we here? Do we, let me answer this first question. Do we need legal research softwares? Do we need paid research softwares? Especially when everything is available for free of cost on Supreme Court of India. Forget about India Kanun and all. Supreme Court of India has all of it. High Court has all of it. E-Gadget has all the gadgets over there. PRS India has all the acts and everything. Then why do we need a paid legal research software? Right now, it's free for you because you're in the university. University is paying for you, but eventually you will be paying it from your own pocket. What is the need? Now, those of you who have gone to Supreme Court of India website, those who have tried your hands on that particular website, or have seen other, government websites, over there, only the bare judgment is available, right? So you have just a bare judgment which has, the Supreme Court of India, then the party names, and then the judgment starts over there. And just say that what are the first word given by the Lordship, and it starts right from there. But then, in order to understand, so Mohit is pretty fast in getting these judgments out. So you can see it says reportable. Now, what is reportable means? I'll come to that. Let's keep it aside for a moment. Supreme Court jurisdiction, writ petition number this. So writ petition number, this is called as a citation, but a court citation. Also, it is called as original citation, right? So a lot of people don't use this terminology, but I'm telling you because that's what it should be. Even if you're applying to go to do an LLM, I have a lot of my, student turned friends who were doing their, bachelor's from here and then went to Canada or UK to do their masters. And over there are certain terminology that they use. So it's better that we also start using it because it's a global community. So now it says justice case put is the first party versus the second party, and then you have with civil appeal number this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The connected cases are here. So what are these cases? The cases which were like separate cases, but then they were brought together and clubbed together, and whatever decision that was taken place by in the case of Case Putami versus Union of India, that would be decision for all the other cases that are linked over here. So rather than having individual cases, you have clubbed cases. Okay, saves the time of the court. And now coming back, Mohit will come to the bottom line later. Reportable and non-reportable. What is that? So we all understand that the Supreme Court of India and the High Courts have their official publishers, the government publishers. That is ILR, Indian Law Report for the various High Courts. And then you have SCR, that is Supreme Court Reporter. Now, when we're talking about something being printed in the books, there's a limit of the limited space over there. So you cannot put anything and everything over there. So it's a way of judges, the lordships, to tell the ILR people, the publishers, the printing people, and the SCR printing people to differentiate what is important by writing as reportable. And the non-reportable means that it's not that important. If you have a space, put it. If you don't have a space, you can leave it off. Okay, so that's a reportable, non-reportable. Mohit, please, let's get to the second page of this. The judgment starts from here. Dr. Justice Chandrachud. The judgment has been divided into sections, facilitate analysis, and that's how judgment starts. Now, there is no head notes. There is nothing like what all cases were cited in this judgment while this case was being, being argued and being decided on. There is nothing like how many judges were there in the forum, in the quorum. Then there's nothing like which of the judges author the judgment. Like if there were 7 judges, did all 7 judges author the judgment? That's one. Then how many did not author judgment? Then who concurred with whom? Who was not agreeing with the other person who had a dissenting opinion? And then coming to the part of that if I want to see individual judges' opinion, like if I want to see Justice Chandrachud ne kya bola, wo likha hua hai yahan pe. But what about other cases? I have to scroll down to see that what are other judges who wrote the judgment. It's a time-consuming task. But what Supreme Court is doing, and I really appreciate it because I've been working with the court system from I think a long time now, and I've seen the NIC working day in day out, building the National Judicial Data Grid. That's another thing we will try to go on, and then also talking about the kind of quantum of information that they have poured in the last 5-10 years, and then every evening they put the information online. It's a huge task. But what else is missing? That is the value adds. Now, if you come to SEC Online, other legal research software, you'll get some value adds. We'll talk about the SEC Online value adds today because officially I'm a part of the company. However, if you want any question from any other software, Lexis, Westlaw, Manupatra, if you want to do the comparison, I'll be more than happy to do it over here. Mohit, could we have the same judgment in SEC? So I'm going to quickly log in and so Mohit is going by party name. How we do it, we'll talk about this in a moment. We'll just quickly do it for us so that we save that time. So Mohit has opened judgment 24th of August 2017. That's the same judgment, the same date. And after judgment is taking some time to load up. Once it's loading up, because depending on your internet speed, depending on the length of the judgment, it takes some time. So Mohit is already loaded over there. If you can just, it was already there, Mohit. Now if you see this, it says before Justice Keher, Justice Chamleshwar, Justice Bobde, Sagarwal and all. Few names are in bold, few are in plain text. Name which are in bold simply means that those are the ones who have authored judgment. And not only this, if I just, Mohit, if you click on Justice Chandrachud's name. So there you go. You get to Justice Chandrachud's judgment. And now if you see, it says the judgment that Justice Chandrachud has written, it says on behalf of Chief Justice Keher, and then Justice Agarwal and others. This also been mentioned that other judges who are concurring with him, his list is, my names are already mentioned over here, right? The judgment starts. Mohit can click on his name again, and so I can go back to the top. So now we're back on the top. I want to see what Justice Kaul sir has written. So I'm straight away jumping on pad number 575, and then we can see concurring over there. That means this judgment of Justice Kishan Kaul sir, Sanjay Kishan Kaul sir, was concurring, not a dissenting opinion, right? So you get that over there. Click on this name again, you go back to the top. What else? Mohit, please scroll down slowly. It says index to head notes. So we have also make you head notes. See, there's no fun going through the entire judgment and then coming to a conclusion that the judgment is of no use to you. What fun is that? So what we've done is we also started making a head notes. So head notes is a brief of the judgment. the law point of the case. So you can call it head notes, digest notes, ratio of the case, or law points, right? Now it says index of head notes, the first group, this is not only the head note, but a grouping of head notes. The first group of head notes will talk about key rulings of the court, recognizing right to privacy as the basic core fundamental right. Okay. And the second one talks about something else. Mohit, could you please scroll us and take us to the first group? The first group starts from here, and there are two head notes over here. Now this says Constitution of India, Article 21, read with 19, 14, 25, 28, alongside with the preamble. And the Constitution of India talking about right to privacy as basic as fundamental right. A decision of Supreme Court in MP Sharma case and Kharak Singh case to extend hold that this is not fundamental right protected by the Constitution. It is overruled. Now, this is the basic what was being talked about in terms of the fundamental right. Is it a basic right or not? And then any case which was had a different opinion in the past was also overruled. So your research in respect to if fundamental rights are the right to privacy is a basic core fundamental right or not is answered over here. And then you see the brief written at a bench of 3 judges of Supreme Court while considering the constitutional challenge to the Aadhaar card scheme. Please scroll down. It's a brief from the judgment. What was discussed on the judgment on this point. And then you see it over here, per incurring what was written over there, and it says para 652, this entire thing was being discussed. Right. So you get to see all the references and also the cases which had a different opinion, and this was discussed in this case, and it's been talked at length in this small window. The second group is talking about the facets, the nature and the facets of right to privacy, the individual as core of constitutional focus. Now this has probably more than two head notes, C, D, and then if you keep scrolling down, E, F, G, and others. So these all are talking about this group. So what we're trying to do is, there is no need to go to the full judgment. You just read these head notes and you're good to go. Okay, because you're getting the point-wise analysis first, then you're also getting the descriptive text from the judgment on that point of law. Mohit, please scroll down and take us to the end of this head notes, all the head notes. This is all the head note that Mohit is going through. Okay, hold on, Mohit. Just go back. And just go back further. Just taking the starting of this chronological list of cases cited. Yeah. Just go down again. So now you see this chronological list of cases cited. All the cases which are cited in this case, that is case Puttaswamy case, the list is mentioned over here. Not only the list, the cases name are mentioned over here with the citation, and all the citations are, hyperlinked. If you can see this, these are all hyperlinked citations. So if I click on any of this, it will open the full judgment. No need, let it be. But then on the right side, you see this 406, 448, FG, 431, 466B. What are these? These are page numbers and also the para numbers. Now, in case I want to see, where exactly this National Legal Services Authority versus of India case was being discussed in this case. It was discussed in a lot of places in the case. I can pick up one. So Mohit is taking 402A. Please click on this. So 402A, 402 is the page number A. Mohit, could you take a cursor on this Hinsa Virodhak Singh? No, not this one. Can you please take me where the national case has been mentioned? Yeah, there it is. So you can see NALSA and the right of transgenders NALSA case. So they're referring it that this case was being referred on this point. And you can see it on the top, what all cases were mentioned, and exactly in which paragraph of judgment is mentioned. This is the value add. We are not done yet, by the way. Please scroll further, Mohit, and take us to the end of this chronological list, and starting with this, the blue color box. Summary of arguments. Is it something that we will give you in all judgments? No. There'll be few judgments where we give you this. In few judgments, we will not have it, because in order to get this arguments, someone from our company, from our team, has to be a part of all the hearings and has to be in the courtroom to record it, and then put a make a transcript out of it, and then put it over here. It's a huge task, so we do it for some selective cases, but not all the cases. We don't have that big of a bandwagon with us that we can send people in every court every day. That'll be a big task at hand. But some important judgments like this will have it. Summary of argument, all the advocates which appeared before the court are available over here. And then it says, Mr. Kapil Sibal, the present submissions, what he spoke. So when submissions are being filed for the limited purpose of assisting this honorable court on the question of whether the right to privacy is a fundamental right under Part 3 of the Constitution. And whatever he said after that is also mentioned over here. So you're getting the arguments. And then Mohit, please scroll down, finish this summary of arguments. And from here, the judgment starts. This is from here. If you compare the Supreme Court of India website, this will be the same. But if you see the right side scroller on this scroll bar, it has almost come at the half. So this much of work is done by the editorial team of SCC. This is the value add that we give it to you. There are a lot of other things that we can discuss. We can talk about it. Let's go it one by one. First thing first, let's understand how can you Mohit, can you please minimize or close this, whatever you think is right for you? Yeah. Can you see this? It says on the first column, it says 58 head notes, digest notes, and 1 judgment. This means that this judgment had 58 points of law, which were discussed. And if you don't want to get to the judgment and scroll down up and down, you can also see the second column. The second entry of this says D9, and the first one said J9. J9 means judgment, J for judgment, and 9 means how many members are in the quorum. So 9 judges bench. The next one, D, means digest note. So first point of law which was discussed in this case was Constitution of India Part 3 interpretation. Second was talking about Constitution of India Part 3 article this is this. Then talking about some other things, Constitution of India right to privacy. Then again few other articles. Now this is point-wise analysis being done. The case has been divided into individual law points. So you can see it over here without even going to that list. You can see it from this entry as well. But now let's go, Mohit. Let's log out and let's start from the top. How will you log in? First thing first, you have a remote access feature, which if I'm correct, it's Nimbus or Amazon. Amazon, right? So you have that software with you. If any one of you doesn't know how to log into that, please let us know. We will take that into consideration, and we'll also try to show you the entire steps of how that can be done. So, but just to assuming that everyone knows how to do it. So you log into your Amazon, and then you move to your e-databases, and then over there with all the other softwares you also have SCC Online. You click on SCC Online, you'll open up into a different browser or a different tab or a different window, and you'll have this screen. Once you have the screen, you will go to the login screen. It must give you this option, that is IP login. If this option does not appear, that means something you have missed out in the entire process or the steps that was a part of the process of logging to Amazon and coming over here. So IP login has to be there. If it doesn't come still after that, and you apply all the things, reach out to me, reach out to your IT person, reach out to Ashu ma'am, and let us know. Okay, and we'll fix it. Now, once you come to over here, those of you who have already logged in will simply put in their login ID and can get going. Let's suppose Mohit is coming on this website for the first time. He's attending the session for the first time, like some of you, and he will come over here and he try to put in his login ID. Mohit, could you please help me with that? So Mohit says my ID is .co, how many M's. We say login ID not registered. This login ID we don't have in our database. That means we cannot let you log into SCC Online. So does that mean Mohit will not get access? No. Mohit needs to register himself. So for that, there's an option of register here. Mohit, could you just take it slow, go it back one more time? There's an option register here, just below login now, please. So you put in your name, you put in your first, you put in your login ID, put in your name, and then you say register and login. The next screen which will come, it'll just be your asking for your graduating year. So if you started last year, so you plus 5 years, 2025, you'll be graduating, just put that over there. Or you can skip it in case you feel like that. So that will give you the access. Mohit, please close this. And Mohit, could you also open the data coverage? I think if it's open in the next window. Yeah. So there's a data coverage as well. How can you access it? I'm going to show it to you the way how can you access it. You can go to SEC Online, and on the homepage, there's an option of data coverage. And data coverage, you have web edition. And there's the entire list, or you can download the PDF, whatever you deem fit. So this is a PDF. So in just to let you know what exactly we have Supreme Court of India, we have all the high courts, we have a Privy Council, Federal Court, which is before independent judgments. Then we also have historical courts, which are again before independence, but not the principal, not the apex courts, but the provincial level courts were there. Those courts like Awadh, Pepso, Ajmer, Lower Burma, Upper Burma, Lahore court, all these courts which were there, which are like more of provinces court. Those courts have been brought over here. Various tribunals, then central acts, state acts, notifications, circulars, instructions, legal articles from 62 journals, then your Constituent Assembly debates, your um, treaties, your conventions, reports from various commissions and committees, and then this is only for Indian database. Along with that, we also have your moot court resources. So if you want to see what happened in a particular moot court, how was the winning team memo, what was the winning team memo looked like, we'll give you access to that. What was the best team memo looked like, we'll give you access to that as well.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Mohit, please, let's go back. No worries. I think someone. Yep. So apart from moot courts, we also have other country databases, 24 other countries. Major one is the UK law reports. So UK, the entire 1836 till today, all judgments are available over here from English law reports. Then US, West Africa, South Africa, our neighboring countries, the SAARC countries information available over here. And alongside with that, international courts, the courts which are been set up more like a tribunal, but at the international level. So ICJ is one of them. Then Caribbean Court of Justice, then Human Rights Commission, Human Rights Committee, Special Court of Lebanon, Special Tribunal of Lebanon, and all these WIPO and WTO dispute settlement. All these international courts are also made available to you. Now let's quickly jump into SEC Online software. Understand how can we do research. Research is difficult. Maybe it's like, is driving difficult? Yeah, to someone who doesn't know how to drive, can't drive. For someone who's been driving, like I've been driving when I was in the class 7th, I've been driving since then. To me, if you say, oh, we want to go drive, I want to go to, let's say Ladakh, and we just have 2 days to reach Ladakh, I'll be like, yeah, come, sit in the car, I'll drive. I'll drive for 12, 13, 16, 18 hours nonstop. And for someone who doesn't even know how to drive, like, how can you drive? It's so difficult. So the legal research is the same. The more you get hang of it, the better it is. The earlier you start with it, the easier it becomes. But let's keep it very simple. How can we do our research? Then we have few words, nothing in our mind, nothing specific, party name or stuff. Few words. Because in second year, third year, you will have only those things on your hand. So like you do Google search, come to word search. Mohit? So what should we search with? Anything that comes to your mind. Now let your thoughts flow in the first place. Whatever comes to your mind, just let it go. Let's start from the very basic example. I want to see, Mohit, whatever I'm saying, just keep typing it down, okay? Help me with that. I want to see the judgments from Supreme Court of India when the wife was murdered by the husband with the knife. Now, if you want to do a start search, be my guest. You can do a start search. I would not suggest you do a search. Right? Why? There is one major difference that will take you to places that will help you a lot in your legal research. Do not apply the principles of Google over here. In Google, you have to mention the the area from where you need the information. Right? You need to mention that are you looking for Supreme Court of India? Are you looking for judgments? Are you looking for Indian judgments or from a specific judge? I don't want anything coming from photography. I don't want anything coming from human rights. I don't want coming anything from some history lessons. Nothing. I want the latest one. So you have to define it off. In legal research software, the major difference is that these softwares are meant for only for legal research. The architects will not come over here, and the similarly, the scientists will not come over here. The doctor will not come over here, looking for what prescription how the prescription needs to be made for a specific disease. It's meant for legal researchers. So when it's meant for legal researchers, some things are pre-fed. So what needs to be taken care of? Do not write extra words. Do not write Supreme Court judgments from. First of all, remove all the conjunctions from where was, by, the, with, the. Remove all these words. Okay. From of chalo the Supreme Court of India hai. Chalo chodo. Now judgment. This software obviously have judgment, so we don't have to write judgment. Remove that. Supreme Court, High Court, we get the bifurcation in the software, so remove that as well. We left with wife, murdered, husband, knife. मोहित हटा दो ना ये तो. अब I would suggest Mohit remove the word. Don't write husband. Just remove the husband. And it's 3 words. Start search with this. Let's see what we can get the results. So murder of wife, circumstantial evidence, conviction confirmed. We got our results in the first go itself. And I'm sure the second judgment, third judgment, fourth judgment will also talk about the same lines. So accused attacked his wife with knife and stabbed parts of her head, neck and back, testimony and this and that. So we're getting close to our search. So simple words takes you much farther than writing the entire sentence. We got on 2000 results, still a very less result, but this is a basic search. Well, let's go back, Mohit. What else can we do? Sometimes you have sentences in your mind. So, and you are sure this sentence is not a normal sentence, it's a quote. So what we do is, when it's a quoted line, you pick it up and write it exactly. Sometimes it can backfire. Like that, there's an English proverb. Monkey does not decide an affair of the forest. Now, I understand that this is Chinese proverb. And it can be monkey does not, was it monkey cannot? I'm not really sure. So remove all this. Mohit, just keep the most common words. I'm going to remove all the words, but going to keep only the words that will be there irrespective of the fact you change the, the different derivatives like monkey cannot, monkey does not, monkey will not, whatever. But monkey, affair, forest, there are 3 words which will come for sure. I can do a start search over here, or if I want that, it should, these 3 words should come, but should also come near each other, not far off, within a sentence. So when you want something near, you just write the word near in between, right? And start search. What does near do? Near will simply find these words in the close proximity. So now these words will not go far off, will only come in the 10 words. And there you go. Monkey does not decide on the fate of the forest. The only thing is that if I would have written the entire statement, I might have not got only 3 results. I might have got around 30, 40 results. You would have got the results? Yes, for sure. But you would have spent more time on it. The purpose of the session, like I said, it's to understand, show you the basics, but also the second thing which I'm going to introduce now is to save your time. The basic is this, that you need to write less. But what for? To reduce your research time. Let's go back, Mohit. We'll take one more search in word search. Now, you have this query which says that, post-mortem. When do we do post-mortem? I'm sure everyone knows what when we have this when we do post-mortem, right? When we need a post-mortem report. But then I want to see the cases wherein post-mortem is not required or is not important or is not significant, whatever for that matter. So should I write Mohit writing not significant? No. Write the main words. Mohit, post-mortem. Now post-mortem, there are 2 words. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put double inverted commas. Why am I putting double inverted commas? Even if you don't put double inverted commas, it will give you a search, but it will give you extra results. You will search for post-mortem as one word, and some places it will also search for post as a single word, which I don't want. So double quotes, make it as one word. And just write the word significant over there, Mohit. Now see this. It says the software is telling me that you should search for significant or necessary. It can be also necessary. Not always everyone would say significant, but I said no, let it be this. And I want these two come near each other. So what we're going to do is we talked about it, near, and start search. Kher Singh case, Indira Gandhi assassination case, we all know about this. It says when Mohit, I think your screen just went blank. So we are talking about a case of Kher Singh versus Union of India, maybe, or State of Punjab. And it says, Mohit, please come in. Suhaina.
Yes, I'll just share.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Mohit. Just please check with him as well over the phone. So we were talking about the Kher Singh case. Now in Kher Singh case, we all know that in that case, Indira Gandhi assassination case, we know that she was assassinated, and it was known fact. There was no postmortem which was required for any reason. So in those scenarios, when the cause of death is is known to all, postmortem doesn't play any important role. So you might as well not get it done. So now in that case, we're just gonna get this going. Now in the meantime, while we're trying to log in, if anyone has any question till now, please let me know. We have, I think, in a gap of, I think, a buffer of 1 or 2 minutes.
I'm sorry for that.
No worries, Mohit. What happened?
Just went dead. It just restarted.
Okay. So we're gonna get this case. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, the usual questions from the students are that they don't get IP login. Like every time I receive the message that they don't get IP login.
No, I think last time आपने मुझे बताया भी था ये आपने message भी किया था मेरे को.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the student can't do anything on that part. I think you and I we have to talk it out with in collaboration with we have to bring in those your Mohit. What are the company name? What is the company name? Where the
Referee.
Refred. So Refred guys who are giving you this Amazon software, they need to update the IP address. Or you need to give us your new IPs. What happens is, ma'am, that sometimes over the period of time, the IP gets changed. Once you renew your license with Airtel or whatever service provider who's giving you internet. So they have this fixed IP that is they're given to you. Once you renew it, sometimes they give you a new range or new IP addresses.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be, you need to share those IP and new IP addresses with us. And then we can upload those IP addresses in our database, and then people will not have any problem.
Okay.
Are you still facing that problem of IP login, ma'am?
Yes, sir. One student, she messaged me. She's facing problem. She's in the meeting also.
Okay. What's her name? Can you please put it in your chat?
Bhagyashri, if I'm audible to you, Bhagyashri.
Just a second.
I'll allow it. No worries.
Yeah.
Bhagyashri, we have unmuted. We've given the rights to unmute you. Unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself and let us know. I see Bhagyashri.
Here.
Yeah, Bhagyashri. Yeah, go ahead.
So the thing is, I'm not getting the option of IP login on SCC. I was just trying it right now.
Okay. You're going through Amazon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll do one thing. Once we're done with this session, we'll sit down with you, right? And in the meantime, anyone who are facing the same challenge, please check your Amazon once again, every one of you while you're on this call. At the end of the session, we will do this, technical question answer round. We'll try to address and try to isolate the problem. What is the problem actually? Okay. So Bhagyashri, I would need your help at the end, and anyone who facing the same challenge. Okay, Ashu ma'am?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, ma'am. So we'll get going. So we were talking about this case. Mr. Rana, please could you scroll up and show us the heading of this one? It says post-mortem examination when not significant, and it comes over here. Post-mortem examination becomes important only in cases where the cause of death is to be established. So there you go, right? So we got this done. So keep it simple, goes a long way. Make a complex search, thinking that the AI will do it all by itself. No, the AI says, give me specific ones so I can give you better results. You give me more, and I'll tell you why this is happening. In Google, if you write 10 words, all those 10 words are not considered as a mandate. It'll give you the best of 5, best of 4, best of 9. If you go for this more, if you move from the first page to second page, you notice that a lot of searches does not even have all the words that you've searched for. If you've seen it says must include, and then the word is written over there, that means your word is not a part of that, that link. In SCC, things takes a different turn. In SCC, what happens is any word you type is considered as a mandate for the software to find it. So which means if I would have written post-mortem is not significant in which all cases, in which all scenarios, it would have searched for each and every word coming in one document. And there is no word as scenario in this. So scenario word would not bring this result to you. So write less because those words are a mandate for the software to find it in one document. Let's go and then let's move to the next searches. Let's go to dashboards. And now we have other searches like section-wise search, party name search. Let's start with find my party name. We'll come to the others in the meantime. Now find a party name. As the name suggests, you have a name of the party and you can simply search with it. So first select your court. Is it a high court, Supreme Court, whatever it is. Or you can select for all jurisdiction if in case you have any doubt. So we can take all jurisdiction as well. And now we can write one particular case name. Let's take a case of ADM Jabalpur. Now, I remember this only this ADM Jabalpur. It is already in the drop down and find case. And now we have this Shivkant Shukla, ADM Jabalpur versus Shivkant Shukla case is available here. I can double click on this. It will open the full case for me. Now, once the case opens up, what can you expect? The same thing what we saw in the Puttaswamy case. 3-column structure. The first will give you the head notes and the bifurcation of head notes and judgments. And the same thing will come in the second column, and the third one will have the text. We've talked about a lot of things over here, so I'll just move to the other things which we have not discussed. Head note we have understood. Digest note, head note mean the same thing. Clicking on the hyperlink names, which will take you to judgment and all the stuff. Now we see this judgment has 67 points of law. Now, can you copy something from the judgment? You can. Not from the head notes, but from judgment. So, Mr. Rana, could you please take us to the judgment? The judgment is here. If you want to copy something, you can try highlighting it. If it works, good enough, you can do Control-C, Control-V. But in some of the cases, like this one, it will not let you highlight. Then what will happen? You'll have this clipboard icon before each and every paragraph. You click on this, do a single click on this, then go to 38 paragraph. And the next one after that. So we've taken 3 paragraphs, right? Now you select 3 paragraphs. Now how will you copy? You click on Smart Copy. The Smart Copy option is available over there. Next to that one, the tick one, this one. You click on this. It'll copy these 3 paragraphs into a different window along with the party name and citation. So you don't have to write the party name and citation. You can, from here, you can highlight whatever you want to highlight, and Control-C, Control-V simply works. And this will be purely editable format once you paste it into the Word file. Right? So there we go. You can also email it to yourself if you want to. But yeah, please close this. Can we take a printout? Surely you can take a printout. You can print out, you can take you can save it, you can email it. All that options are available over here. Let's click on the print. It gives you 2 options, true print and a non-true print. We click on the true print. Why true print? Why am I clicking on true print? Is because I want the exact page copy how it was printed in the law reports. See, we are not going to the university, we're not going to the office. If I want to, please take the printout, Rainaji. If I want to take the exact copy, if I want to access the journals, I have to go to the library and I'm not able to do that. So what can we do is we come over here and we can get the access to the original copies of the journals over here. And there you get it. The first page of the judgment is available over here. Please scroll down. The second page and the third page will follow. 3 pages we asked for, 3 pages are coming over here. But this is the exact photocopy of a journal. So even if you don't have a journal, this is now your journal, online journal. Let's go back. Now, I also have one big question. I have two questions. I want to see where all this case was cited, referred, used as a precedent. Because a lot of time we need that. Second question that I have is, I also want to see if this case is a good law or there's something was overruled, if in this case. Or of this case rather. So what can we do? We will just go to subsearch, which is there available in the left side topmost area under SEC logo, and just search over there, search for the word overruled. Start search. Now have a look at this. We had around 67 head nodes. Now we're down to 17. Now if you see the 17 entries, wherever you see this red exclamation mark, you see it on the second point, you see it on the fourth point, the fifth, sixth, and others. These are the points wherever you have red exclamation mark, that these are the points which have been overruled. So the entire judgment is not overruled. Few points of law is overruled. Let's click on one of this, Mr. Anand. Just take it to the last entry. It says this case was overruled in case Puttaswamy case. So it's not a good law. You cannot cite this in the in the court of law. Let's take the fourth one. Mr. Anna, I want to see the overruled part. So again, this case was overruled in the same case. So like this, you can have, entire case being, searched, give you the bifurcation of which have been overruled, which is a good law. And then also you get to see in which case it was overruled. So if this case is against your case, against your arguments, then case Puttaswamy will be a case that you should be referring to. Yeah. Second thing, how can I see where this case was being referred or relied on? Basically, it was cited as a precedent. It's just a one click. You go to the toolbar, the blue toolbar, and over there, you see this option of case reference. Okay, you click on this once, and you will see all the judgment where this case was being ever cited. With any treatment, referred, affirmed, relied on, followed, whatever. And there you go. Okay. So that's another element of it. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to back to this. And there's another type of search and find by party name. You can do a search by famous cases titles. So if you don't remember the party names, you can come over here in the next search and you can write the names. Could you please click on the drop down over here? So you can see the list. So women entry in Sabrimala case, then Ayodhya case, Jessica Lal, Mathera, Hatyakannd, women entry in Sabrimala case, BMW hit and case. You don't have to write the full thing. Just write over here Red Fort and click on this. One of my friends, Masi, her mother's sister fought this case. So I know this case very closely. And if you see this, it says it has decoded the Red Fort case into the party name. That's Mohammed Arif versus State. You click on this, you click on go, you'll get the full judgment. Okay, so that's simple. Let's go back to the dashboards and take the next entry, find by citation. So you have a citation of AIR, ALD, ATC, DRJ, Guwahati Law Times, Cuttack Law Journal, CTC, whatever that you have. You can search your judgment with any of these citations. What is the difference that you'll get? You will not get, the copy of those journals. We have tied up with few journals, but not all of them. So for few of them, we have given you equivalent citation. So you'll get the judgment, but judgment would be of the SEC online, not of that particular journal. But I think that doesn't matter when you're doing research. What matters is the original copy of the judgment. So there we go. So you can select the list or you can simply type it over there. Let's take AIR. Let's take the first one, no? Supreme Court, yeah. And take the 2021. And so this is how the entire index will open up on a particular volume. Take the first one and say get citation. So there we go. We get all the judgments available over here. Right. So that's how you get it. So don't get stuck up saying that, oh, I don't have this journal and SEC doesn't have this journal. We have it. Try it out. Okay. Let's go ahead. There is search of find case law by section. Let's try this. Now in case law by section, you have to search for a judgment on a particular section of an act. So for that, what you do is you first type in the act name. Let's take IPC. So you can write IPC, you can write penal code, whatever it comes to you in your mind. Do not write the word Indian before it. Don't write Indian Penal Code, Indian Contract Act, Indian Evidence Act, not required. Write the second word. And let's take 304B. There you go. So you click on this, click on go, and in no time, you'll get all the judgments on section 304B of the IPC. Simple, not a big task to do, right? Now this is being done. So there's something sure. Okay, something is wrong. Mr. Anna, just go back. Yeah, could you just please refresh it one more time? Okay, so there we are. Section 304B penal code is available right in front of you. So this is where you can get the judgment on a particular section. Now, what else can we do? Let's go back to the dashboards. We have two options left, that is words and phrases and find by topic. GST rate finder is something that I think we can, play it around yourself. Now you don't need any introduction to that. Let's go to words and phrases. In words and phrases, it's a dictionary for you, consisting of information coming from judgments and from the dictionary. So over here, you can type a particular word that is you are searching for. Just write RES space. Take the fourth one. Okay, res geste. GES. Yeah. So the thing done, including words spoken in the course of translation. The phrase is commonly used in connection with the evidence and admirability in the evidence of words spoken. Example, the cries of a woman who is being ravished. What? Now, what is this what? What is the Wharton Dictionary of Law? So it's a dictionary definition. Let's take something simpler. Mr. Raina, please remove this and just write the word murder over here. Now we see that the first definition is coming from the section 300 of Penal Code, because that's what the definition obviously has been mentioned in the Bayer Act. The second definition is coming from the Wharton Dictionary of Law. No, from a case, means unlawful killing of human being, Ram Chatterjee versus Tapati Mukherjee. And the third definition is coming from a Wharton Dictionary of Law. So this is where you can get mix of, definitions. Let's go to the find by topic now. So find by topic and word search, it's somewhat similar. The only difference over here is that in find by topic, it's more, like a guided tour for you than word search when you just type it, whatever comes to your mind. Now, what do I mean by guided tour? The list of all the topics is mentioned over here. So you don't have to type it anything, that comes to your mind. You have to select it from these options. So let's open this option of accounts, accountants, and accountancy, the first one. So under this, these are topics comes in. Let's take the next one, the next entry, acquisition, requisition, and nationalization. These are different topics that come under that. So depending on which topic or what topic interests you, you can select it from here. Let's take advocates over here. Please scroll down. So contempt of advocates or disciplinary proceedings, election of bar, whatever is on your mind, you want to see judgments on, you can click on that. Let's take contempt of court by advocate. And now we have three options: search everywhere, search in digest notes, search in headings. Search in headings, what it'll do is it will follow the hierarchy. Advocates, and then under advocate, will search for contempt of court by advocates. So it'll be very, very specific search, very less results will come. Then the second option, search in digest notes, is going to search for this word wherever it was occurring, in any judgment anywhere, in any principal topic, but it'll only give you head notes of Supreme Court. Only the law point of Supreme Court will give you. Third option, search everywhere, will give you the mix of both plus everything else. So it'll give you heading wise, it'll give you Supreme Court head notes, but also it'll give you other High Court head notes and judgments as well, articles as well, sab kuch. Let's start search with search everywhere. You can try the other things yourself. Keep the same example and then search for it. Search everywhere, start search. Now you see this contempt of court by advocates. You have judgments, 5 judgments. Digest notes are very simple, very, very less. If you take something more generic, Mr. Rana, let's go back to find by topic. And let's search for this. Search for the topic of child custody. Start search. So it's coming in 2 topics. So you can also filter it out. It's not that you have to always go through the hierarchy, not required. You can do it simply as well. Click on any of the child custody, doesn't matter. Click on any of this and search everywhere, start search. So this is the last search for the word search. Then I will request Mohit will take you through the browse part, and then we'll be able to get into the question answer after that. So now if you see the digest note, judgment, acts, rules, legal, business news, articles, everything has been searched. So this topic is much more vast than what we chose in the previous example. And the results are coming over here. Yeah. Any questions on the research part, please let us know. Otherwise, we'll get into the next leg of the session, that is the browse part. That's very easy one. Any question, anyone? Okay, Mohit.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Moving ahead, Mr. Rana. Let's click on the dashboard. So we have done and we have, we can say, search for a couple of documents by various styles, as we have already gone through various styles of Research Plus. Now we are moving towards the next leg, that is My Library. Under My Library, students, it is as just like your physical library in your Amity University, but it's in the digital format. And the best part is, in the digital format, you can keep on updating this library on a day-to-day basis as well. And the whole library has also been divided into several tiles. As you can see it on your screen, browse curated topics, browse law reports, browse judgment by court, and many other tiles have been shown below. Now let's take an example of the very first tile, that is browse curated topics. So this tile has been newly made by the SCC Online with the help of editors of Eastern Book Company. And in this tile, the moment we have clicked upon it, it shows us various topics of law on which a researcher would like to research upon. So you're all going to be the future advocates of tomorrow, and you'll all have different areas of practice, right? So let's say you have a keen interest in corporate and commercial law. So you click on corporate and commercial law. Please click on that. And since it's a very wide topic, it also contains some subcategories in it. So just like it contains aviation law, banking and finance, securities law, venture capital, debt finance, and many other subcategories which you can certainly browse through. Now this style gives you the entire spectrum of all those documents which falls under these categories. So as you can see it on your screen, they are aviation, banking, finance, companies, competition law, cryptocurrencies. Now it depends upon your interest. I'm looking for something upon competition law. So let's take competition law. Yeah, there you go. So now this tile has given me some data regarding the competition law. Now that data consists of all the statutes which are directly talking about competition law. Now by default, we all know that competition law should contain the Act of Competition Act, right? But apart from that, when we click on that, please click on statutory law. Apart from the Principal Act, which we were expecting, yeah, apart from that, we have several other acts and other sections as well, which are being displayed over here. Now, what are these? So, for example, when you see that we have the Companies Act section 410, please click on that. Yeah, 410. We also have IBC. We also have Motor Vehicle Act section 66A. We have Petroleum Natural Gas Regulatory Board and many other things. Now, what are these? So basically, these are the particular sections of an act which discuss about the category which you have selected. So we have curated all those acts and brought all that information in one place. Apart from the statutes, we have also worked hard on different categories, that is rules and regulations. If you click on rules and regulation, you'll be able to see all the rules and regulations for the selected category, CCI, compact form, and many other things. Most importantly, what a researcher would always wanted to find on priority, that is the important case laws on this particular topic. So for that, we have made a separate, we can say, category for that with regards to case law. So now you can see case laws. Now you might have observed over here that the list is not that lengthy. When we go into the word search, it gives us so many results, but over here only few judgments appear. The answer to that is that these are the hand-picked important cases on competition law as picked by the editors. So all these cases which you see over here are really very important according to the research of competition law. And now all those cases on your right hand side, you can read the head note or you can read the full judgment, you can save it, email it or print it. So on and all, this style has been designed in such a way that it gives the data to the user in a encapsulated form in which all the data from different tiles have been brought in and combined into one tile, and that is browse created topics. Now moving ahead, let's click on the dashboard. Browse law reports and browse judgment by courts both works in the same fashion. Let's click on browse judgment by court to show them the example. So under browse judgment by courts / tribunals, what we have done over here is, if you know the date of decision of any particular judgment, then you can simply click on that court hierarchy and you can simply click on the decade, the month, and you can pinpoint on that date on which you would like to find any case. So you can randomly take any date, Mr. Raina. Yeah, so Mr. Raina is going for Bank of, yeah. So 4th of August, this is Dena Bank versus C. Shiv Kumar Reddy. So there you go. In case you do not remember the date of decision, but you do remember the party name or the citation, then you already know that you have to go to the word search. Else, if you do not have any information regarding the case, but have some context to the case that yes, it's talking about this or that, again, the global search is going to help you. That's the word search. Let's move ahead. Let's click on the dashboard. Browse acts and rules. Again, a very important tile in order to research onto some political topics or wanted to refresh your knowledge for any particular act. So we have Constitution of India, Central Act, Central Notification, State Act, and State Notification. So let's click on Central Act. Let's take any act. Yeah, let's click on it. So all the central acts and the acts which are being used on a daily basis in the course have been kept over here, and the rest of the acts have been kept in the alphabetical format. So Mr. Raina have clicked on Evidence Act. So with regard to Evidence Act, there is also another category of amending acts. All the amending acts have been kept in another category, and this is the Principal Act. If your question is that how can we say the whole act in a machine, simply click on the save icon. The whole act will be saved onto your machine. So now either you can scroll down or you can click on any index section to see how you can read the act. So Mr. Raina is just scrolling down right now. Let's take any section, Mr. Raina, whichever of your choice. Okay. So which section is this? I guess this is section number 3, right? So yeah, no worries. We're just taking an example over here. So let's take this example that this is a section number 3 of Evidence Act. But when we scroll down, we also see this blue color highlighted information. Now this information is very useful because this is not the original information coming from the app. This has been embedded again by the editors, and what they are trying to represent over here is that there are some important judgments on section number 3 of Evidence Act. Now those judgments are as follows. There is a judgment on the word evidence. So definition of evidence is exhaustive. Use of words, means, and includes in the definition indicates it is exhaustive. Now, this information has not been written by us. This is the information coming in from the judgment of Hardeep Singh versus State of Punjab. Similarly, we have a judgment on standard of proof. So the third one says Section 3 of the Evidence Act enables a court to apply only the standard of a prudent man in judging, and so forth. You can read the whole context. Over here, again, we have hyperlinked the citation from which paragraph we have taken this extract. So this, we can say, feature has been added in such a way that it helps the user to understand that these are the sections which you are reading, and these are the important judgments with relevance to these particular sections. So this is a way you can get the help from the SSC Online as well while reading the Act. So this was Browse Bare Acts and Rules. Let's click on the dashboard. Next, we have Browse Articles. Again, anyone who is very fond of reading the articles can come onto this particular tile. It has a very rich database as it contains the articles from various universities. It also contains some blogs, reports, collected essays, and Tagore Law lectures. Let's click on any law review journals over here. So once you click on it, you'll get the whole list that we have segregated it for you. We have Charkha National University, Dhaka University, GNLU, HNLU, and many other university. So there you go. You have the list over here. You have the volumes. Once you click on any volume data, then you get to see all the articles coming into that volume. This is one way. The alternate way is when you know or when you would like to see an article on the choice of your topic, right? So over here, there is a filter icon. As you can see, the funnel icon. You click over here, and then you enter the name of any topic on which you want to see the article upon. So let's take any article. Let's take on climate change. Let's see how many articles do we have on climate change from different universities. So there you go. Environmental Law and Practice Review, ELPR. And then when we scroll down, do we have any other? So Journal of Law, Department of Politics, JLGDP. So we have various categories appearing onto your screen, and now you can scroll down and you can see whichever category you're looking for. So yeah, we have both the method, whichever works for you, you can go with that. And this is Browse Articles. Let's move forward. Please click on the dashboard. In a similar fashion, we also have Browse Secondary Materials. Please click on it. Browse secondary material is very important for the students as first of all it contains the bills in parliament. Now bills in parliament which got their final order, whether they have been introduced or whether they have got passed by any of the houses, not the live debates currently in SSC Online. Apart from that, we have constitutional documents, historical trial, policy documents from different departments, and reports of commission and committees. Now under constitutional documents, please click on the constitutional documents. The Constituent Assembly debates is very important for the students to know and for the students to read, as this is the backbone of our constitution, and every debate which have held in that year gives us a brief idea that why this article has been brought in or what was the idea of bringing this article into the constitution. Not only the debates, we have also included the table from the Constitution of India to draft article and vice versa. Let us show that table as well, Mr. Anna. Please click on the index. So there you go. The articles which are currently in the Constitution of India and the article which was there in the draft article, both have been given to you in the side-by-side comparison format. So this is, we can say, a database which gives us a brief knowledge about the Constitution of the current and the Constitution while it was in the making. So yeah, that was all secondary material, which is very important while we are doing the research. Let us move forward. Yeah, please click on the dashboard. Then we have browse treaties. Do not click on it. In the browse treaties, we have bilateral treaties and multilateral treaties, in which obviously India is included. The library part works in a very simple fashion. You click on any data which you see on the left hand side and you get the data on the right hand side. However, when you're working on the research screen, Mr. Anna, why you're opening Milo? No problem. Achha, okay, yeah, you can do that, yes. Yeah, sure. So in the meanwhile, Mr. Anna is trying to log in with the IP access. What I was saying is that when you are working on the My Library, it is very simple to use. You do not need to actually key in something. You just click on the data, click on the category which you wanted to see, and all that information will be visible on the right hand side. However, it's pretty different when you're working on the research rows. You need to select a topic, you need to select a section on an act, thereafter you'll be able to see the data. So that is the main difference, and that is how My Library is self-explanatory. But there is one type which I would need your attention, students, that is moot court resources. So moot court resources is a very important tile, as it gives us a brief idea of past moot court competitions, in which we have also included the mooting problem and also the winner team memo from the appellant side and the respondent side. Mr. Anna, please open any moot court competition data. So MIT Lucknow, there you go. So this is a problem which was the moot proposition in the year of 2018, and what was the winner team memo from the appellant side, from the respondent side. Now keep in mind, whichever document you see in SCC Online can be downloaded, can be emailed, can be printed, and can also be saved onto your SCC Online folder. Now with that word save, it simply means it creates a copy of your document onto your personal folder in SCC Online Cloud. Now, how can we make a folder in SCC Online Cloud? It's very simple. Mr. Anna, please click on this icon. Yeah. This is the icon which allows the user to create a folder. So please click on it. It will ask a name of that folder. So please rename it and change it to the MIT University Jaipur. The good part is the folder can be accessed if you're using the IP access feature from your phone and obviously from the website. All right, and again, there is no limit of how many folders you can create, and also you can upload as many documents as you want, but up till 100. Okay, so MIT University Jaipur. Okay, click on OK. Okay, I guess you have zoomed in a bit. You need to zoom out, then you'll be able to see that icon of OK. Yeah, just Control minus. Okay, no problem. Let's take any. Yeah, there you go. Select folder. Okay, and now we have successfully saved one document inside of the MIT folder. Right now, let's go to any other window. Let's go to word search and let's try to upload the other files as well, like judgments or digest notes, whichever we would like to see. So let's take any previous example. Yeah, click on the search bar. And let's try to upload some digest notes and also some judgments. So again, same folder icon, and this icon is to copy and copy party name and citation. So we have clicked on that folder icon one more time, and thereafter our judgment or whichever document we are viewing right now will be saved onto that folder. So this is Supreme Court folder now. So again, we are clicking on OK, and this particular document will be saved. No problem, just take Supreme Court 1 or 2 judgments. So we are taking some articles now. So again, same method. I guess we have got 4 documents inside of a folder. Now let's go to the folders. In order to go to the folders, we need to go to this icon, that is My Client Sessions and My Folders. My Folders and View Folders. Now, the idea of giving you this example in such a brief description is because that in case you have created a folder and you have uploaded some files in it, then you have the freedom or you have the ability to make the compendium out of all the documents which you have. So currently I have one article, one moot court resource, and one digest note and one judgment, right? I have 4 documents. I can make a compendium or case compilation with the documents I have handy. So let's click all of them. Let's click on the result list. It will select all of them. Now let's click on this middle icon. Yeah. And then we are going for the last icon, that is create case compilation. Now the software is going to ask me what should be the sequence of the compilation, the sequence which I'm going to select, which will be the pagination. So let's take the judgment to be on the top, Mr. Anna. Yeah, judgment to be on the top, move up. Yeah. Okay. And now click on create. There you go. Now this compendium will be created just within 1 minute, depending upon your internet speed, which would contain 4 different files. Now, just like I've said before, any file, any document which you see in SCC Online can be made or can be inserted in the compendium. Now, I hope the compendium is ready. Okay, if it is not being made, then you can click on any previous compendium to show them the feature, how the compendium would look like. Okay, yeah, it's being processed. So the compendium, okay, let's click on any previous compendium channel, not to worry. So there you go. We are just giving an example of our previous compendium. Skip, yeah, click on skip it. Now this, whenever you are making a compendium, whenever you have clicked on create, it will give you 2 lot of documents. The first one would display all the table of contents in which it will create an index for you. Now, if you observe closely, then there are 3 documents, and the first document is on the page number 1, but it goes till page number 7. It has already been identified by the software, and the same will be applied according to the pagination, right? Second thing is, this is purely editable. Whichever content or whichever information you would like to add in this notes, of course, then you can simply do it. And moreover, if you're representing your college or university, then you can also add an image in this index. So everything is available over here, right on your hand. Now let's click on the save button. Yeah, this is the way you can save your index, and you can also download it by clicking on the download icon. Let's click on the second one. Yes. Now the second lot of document contains all the documents in the sequential order. In case the true printout of a judgment is available, then we will display you and we will give you the true printout. Otherwise, we will give you the non-true printout. Now this is the pagination, as you can see, number 1, number 2, number 3, and it continues to goes on as per the sequence you have selected. So this is a very good feature, which is very helpful whenever you are trying to submit your documents or you are preparing yourself for the moot court competition. If your question is that, sir, I do not want to disclose my name or my university name while working on the compendium feature, then for that, while registering yourself for the IP access, you can just register yourself as Team A, Team B, or Team C. That same will be displayed in the printout. So as you can see, currently it is being displayed as printed for Mr. Rajesh Rana. In your case, it will be displayed as printed for Team A for this particular college. So this is how we can do it. Now, all this information which we have given to you in this particular session, yes, it is possible that only 80% information can be retained or 90%. So in that case, you have 2 options. First of all, you have this recording. We'll provide this recording to Dr. Ashu ma'am, and we'll also upload this recording on the YouTube channel. You have the recording ready reference. You can see that. Otherwise,
I think now we can just simply quickly get into the question because we don't have much time left.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I overlooked the times. Yes.
The rest is understood. I don't know if we've covered the moot court resources.
Yeah, we have done that.
Right. Okay. So let's get into the question answer, and then we'll quickly request Bhagyashree and other members who are facing challenge with the IP login. We'll answer that. So yes, it's back to you guys. Back to the same place where we started from, asking you a question. You never had a question in the starting. I hope you have a question now. If you have any question, please, you can unmute yourself and ask your question, or you can put it in the chat. Let's hear your questions, guys. Dr. Ashu ma'am, do you have any question, any specific? Like आपने बताया कि आपके पास काफी queries आती हैं बच्चों की. So do you
Yes.
have any question, ma'am, that they ask? We can probably take those questions.
So my question, basically it is from the student side only, which normally I get. It is out of this box. That why don't we have Manupatra? Manupatra is better. So can you give some like comparison between Manupatra and SCC?
See, I would say first thing first, you should use all the softwares. Okay. But just give me a moment. I just need to plug in my charger before I, get lost. Just give me a moment. And while I'm just getting it connected, I'll just keep answering your question. See, every legal research software is important, but now because if it's drilling down to, the comparisons, then let me do a comparison. The first and the foremost comparison is SCC Online is a publisher. Okay, Eastern Book Company is a backbone of SCC Online, and whatever we publish in the books gets available on the SCC Online platform, which simply means that anything that we put over here, it is not coming from the internet. Rather, we get the certified copies of the judgments. We get for the Bail Act, we get the e-gadgets. For the secondary material like Constitutional Assembly debates, Law Commission of India reports, and other commission reports, we go to specific ministries and take their approvals on papers, and then take the copies from them and then digitalize it at our office. So the crux of this is that anything that you see on SCC Online is authentic first. To make it come to the feature wise, SCC Online gives you digest notes, which Manupatra does not give you. They give you case briefs. I have used Manupatra. I still use Manupatra. Like I said in the starting, I have other software that I also use regularly. They have recently started with the, calling their case briefs as head notes. Case briefs are not head notes. Case briefs are the words which are being discussed in judgment, and those judgment words are come. Let me give you an example. Let me not get into this, detailing part. What happens with SCC Online? We have seen it. We make head notes point wise, and on what point on that point, who all judges spoke, that particular paragraph will also be inserted over there. So it's not a automatic work, it's a manual intervention is required. What Manupatra is happening in Manupatra software, we all know Black Dictionary of Law, right? So what they do is they have the case briefs. Now how the case brief really works out. And I'm to be honest, I don't shy away from saying this in front of Manupatra as well. And they are good friends. To be honest, I have working with them from a long time. They're good friends. We have done sessions together in the same OD sometimes in various universities. But there are few things which are, I think it's a challenge. As far as the research is concerned, it should be full. The concern I'm talking about is what they do is they run the entire Black Dictionary of Law on one judgment. And any legal word that is appearing in that judgment, which is a part of the legal dictionary, will be pulled out and plotted on the top of the judgment. And that is what is called as case brief. That is called catchwords, in other words. And we see that, it says Constitution of India, or it says Negotiable Instrument Act, check bounce, stale check, you're talking about, fine, you're talking about imprisonment. And it's like, this is telling me the entire what the case is about. No, it is just the catchwords, which you can run. If you are a bit technical, you can run it yourself. You can put a dictionary, run the entire text, and figure it out, whatever words are coming in that dictionary, legal dictionary, and coming in the judgment, it'll figure it out. It'll just give you those things. That is no legal work. Thirdly, we give you whatever that we giving you right now. We have our own publication, and when we give you a true printouts. Manupatra gives you the printouts of other journals or the online printouts, and that is the major reason. And this is something I'm not going to say. because I can keep on saying that SEC is the best and all stuff. No, I will give you a fact because I think that's what we all rely on. There are approximately 13 to 14 states where SEC Online is being used as an official legal research tool. This is state judiciaries, which includes your Delhi, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, West Bengal, Assam, Odisha, the PNH, then Madhya Pradesh, then Bihar. There's so many, right? They're all using it as official research tool. Second, various high courts are using it. And the most important, Supreme Court of India in the library, SEC Online has been installed over there and given to all judges. Why do you think? See, we can keep on yapping that, India, SEC Online is the best and stuff, but the members who are sitting at the top, who are dealing with the legal research, who are the masters or the mastros of legal research, if they are using this, there has to be some reason. Mohit, could you please do, this is Mr. Raina sharing the screen, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Raina, please, could you please search, one word search for me, approved law reports. Why, if you go to Supreme Court or High Court, Manu Batra printouts are not accepted? Have you asked why? Ask, sometimes, go to the court and ask this, why you're asking your, faculty members that why you don't have Manu Batra. When you go to profession, ask the same question to Ranaji, make it double quotes, no? Ask the same question to the judiciary when you take a printout from Manu Batra and then they say, no, it is not, accepted. Why are they not doing it? I'll not answer this question, but that's the fact. I'll show you one example which changed I think, a lot of things in the legal research sector. Mr. Raina, legal report, not the SS. What happened a couple of years back, there was one judgment which came from the tribunal, then went to the High Court, and then eventually went in the Supreme Court of India. The surprising factor was that the High Court, the tribunal, they were fighting, they were arguing, they were listening to the arguments on a paragraph which was not even there in the original text. You can understand what, it's a big, problem that can, that took the case from the lower court to the apex court. And what are they talking about? The case is entirely based on one paragraph which is not even there. And you think that I'm making this thing up? Let's have it on the screen. It says this is a case of Union of India versus PS Ramakrishna Krishnaya, 2010 case. That's where the entire distillation started kicking in, right? It says proper mode of following, quoting of extract from judgment without verification. And let's read this line. Held, had this mistake occurred only in the judgment of tribunal, one could have ignored it as an error of citation. But its repetition in the order of the High Court points to only one thing, that the quoted passage was listed from somewhere without a proper verification from an approved law report. Regret expressed as such cavalier attitude in making judicial pronouncements. The case got decided, my friends, on something which was not even there. What we talk about, justice delayed, justice denied, justice hurried, justice buried, that is not everything. Your facts, everything that you present before the court makes a lot of sense, a lot of more, sense rather than 10 years the case took to deciding, or it took 1 year. That is secondary. A document plays a very, very important role. And that is why after this, they said we will be accepting only Supreme Court judgments from SEC Online. You go to Supreme Court, any court, any 13 courts, any 13 court of the Supreme Court, you will see SEC journals kept over there in the court. Why not any other journal? Why not Manu Batra journal? So rather than me answering the question, I can give you a lot of questions that you should get the answers from and you will get this answer. Okay. We've been in the business from almost 70 years, 7 decades, right? And there's a lot of, I think a lot of you would ask this question, and there is no, question or as such that, that you should not. You should. See, Manupatra looks easy, and I would say it's very, full with graphics. You are doing a legal research. You're not doing a scientific graphical representation. You're not, presenting a charter before your management that you have to have everything graphical. All that is, visually pleasing. But the legal research is not about, putting all that visually, thing that, oh, you make a chart which says the judgment was 10 times cited in this plus the 20 times cited in this in these judgments. No, you need to see in which paragraph it was cited. You need to see in what context it was cited. You also need to see whether this judgment was cited or overruled. Do another thing if you get a Manupatra access. Pick up any judgment that we have showed. We have showed you ADM Jabalpur case. Take the judgment, go to Manupatra and search it over there if it's overruled or not. Manupatra will tell you the entire judgment is overruled. What's fun in it? You are discarding the entire case wherein out of 67 points of law, only 14 or 15 points of law was overruled. The remaining was still a good law. But someone said, don't use it. You just didn't use it at all. If that's what you want, if you want the quick searches, if you want incomplete searches, it will be quick, obviously. So be my guest. If you want more specific comparisons, you can come with me with an example and I can be more than happy. But the bottom line is one more thing. No one research software is good enough. So if you think that I'm saying that you should only use SCC Online, I am not even saying that. You should use all the softwares. Manupatra, Westlaw, Lexis, India Qanun, no. Leave that, please. I'm saying please don't use that. You will understand it eventually, or you can just raise the question. I can tell you, I can count 2 or 3 issues with India Qanun right now in terms of the data, incorrect data over there. So you should use all the softwares and then you should make one software as your go-to software. That's how legal research works. Even today, I use Supreme Court of India websites. I use Worldly a lot of time. I use Hein Online a lot of time. I use it. SCC Online doesn't give me everything in place. And that's the same thing which will apply on other software as well. So you need to learn all this because you don't know where you'll end up working with. You might start working with a law firm which has Lexis, which doesn't have Manupatra or SCC Online anyways. And if you're new to that software, you have no idea, you are in big trouble. So learn everything. Ma'am. Any question, anyone? Otherwise, we can go to Bhagyashree. If there are no questions.
Students, any questions, any queries you may raise?
मुझे लगता है मैम मुझे आना ही पड़ेगा आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी में सामने बैठ के बात करनी पड़ेगी इन लोगों से. See, because I have been to your campus and I love your campus. The green belt. It looks like a golf course when you enter. Though it is not in Jaipur, you guys say it's Jaipur, it's not in Jaipur. But I think I've been to that place so many times. I've met so many members over there. I've found good friends in Jaipur, Jaipur Amity. It's a great place to be, and I would love to come over there. And I've always had good sessions. I have so many members, so many students who have passed out, and I met them sometimes in the courts or in the law firms. It's good to see them, and I think it's a never-ending journey, my friends. You will see me, for till the time I'm in this company, right? I've been here for 10 years. I might be here for another 10. I don't know, but.
So these students are also waiting, like when they have been called for in university, because since admissions they are taking online classes, so they themselves are also waiting that, ma'am, when are you calling us?
So we will see you soon for sure. But let's get to Bhagyashri and other members who are facing the IP issue. Can we address that if there are no
Yes.
further questions?
Mukund, Vishakha, Bhavya, if you have any question, you may ask. Divyanshi.
I have no issues regarding SCC.
What
Any other software, Devanshi? You have any concern with any other software? I can help you with that.
So I have just used SCC because we have SCC's subscription.
But do you use Supreme Court of India website?
Yes, sir.
Mohit, Mr. Rana, can you also open while we are waiting for Bhagyashri to come online? Could you also open National Judicial Data Grid (NJDG)? This is one thing that you guys should also know, especially those of you who have just started your career. NJDG is a initiative by the high courts and the Supreme and the district courts. It's like a report card of all the judges. So we keep on complaining that the judges, there's so much of pendency, there's so much of latency in the courtrooms. They don't do anything. Mr. Rana, could you please select Rajasthan as a state and Jaipur Metropolitan as a court? So we go over here. Let it just load up. No, it'll just first load up. Load up Rajasthan, and then you can select the district. Yeah, it's still loading up. No, it's still loading up. Wait a sec. Just see the. So what is going to happen over here? It's going to show you the bifurcation. Now select the Jaipur. That now see you have entire Rajasthan, right? I'm going to take Jaipur Metro 1. You know, right? They have Jaipur District Court and Jaipur Metro. I'm sure you guys know about it. Now it's going to give you. Please scroll down, Mr. Rana. Once it refreshes, please scroll down. It's going to tell you what is the pendency level, how many civil cases, how many criminal cases, what is the, how many cases are, more than 5 years old, more than 10 years old. You see this. 0 to 1, like less than 1 year cases, they're 29%. The criminal cases are 34%. In totality, 32% are the 30%. Let's say 30% are the less than 1 year cases. But if you look at the old cases that we keep on complaining about, more than 10 years, they're only 6.29% cases. Not only this, Mr. Rana, could you please click on this 14393? No, let's take this 8656, 5 to 10 years. Yeah, let's take this. You can also drill down. See, it says 922 in 2011, 2012, 1 to this other numbers. Let's click on 922. We're taking the civil one. Please scroll down. Click on this again, hyperlink. It's not going ahead for some reason. Yeah, now it's going. So if you can see, it's giving you further in the metropolitan courts. They're different various judges court, right? So which court has a maximum, pendency? There's a district judge and AGA Jaipur Metropolitan Headquarter has a maximum number of pendency. Next is the senior civil judge. So let's take the 23 one. It will be easier. Family Jaipur Headquarter is only one. Let's take the first one, CMM. So you get to see all these ones. This is the kind of work, this is the kind of transparency that has been brought in. But we don't know it. I don't know how many of you have seen this. So you can now see what is the pendency level if you want to, if you want to do some, like some take a project. Once you, let's suppose some of you want to go to judiciary and you want to pick up a project that I want to bring down this pendency level. But first you need to know what is the pendency level. And, you don't have to go from door to door asking for, okay, tell me the civil cases, tell me the criminal cases and do the bifurcation. Why? Over here, everything is done. Everything is given to you with the cases number. And you can do
annually it has been updated?
Ma'am, it's been updated on daily basis.
Okay.
Every evening there will be some change on this. After 5 till 5 o'clock, they don't change anything. After 5 around 6, the entire website gets refreshed and you'll get new numbers. So this is all linked. It's all linked to the Supreme Court website, Juris website. So what they judgment upload over there, the same information comes over here. It's all interlinked. And this is right now for the district and talukat court. You can also see the top right one, High Court. Same thing has been done for the High Court level as well. So you can see the High Court pendencies. So there is so much happening, guys. My only thing is that if you are, I'll share one example. And before I do that, Bhagyashree, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
One student has a question.
Yes, I can see. Bhagyashree, I'll just come back to you. Mukund, you have a question?
Yes, sir. So actually, could you please, does the site provide a list of all the Boolean terms that are needed to be capitalized while researching?
Yeah, it's available right over there on the screen. Mr. Anna, could you just help us with that? On the website itself, it gives you that. You know, on the main screen, it gives you what is Mr. Anna, SEC Online. Mukund, I hope your question is about SEC Online, not on NJDG.
Yes, sir. It's about SEC.
Yeah, please. So let's go to search, Mr. Anna. In the search, word search, it is written over there itself. Can you see this? Use, and, not, or, and near. So this is one place which will tell you all the Boolean operators. But if you need more help, then Mr. Anna, could you please click on the question mark on the top? And you can go to view user manual. Now this is the entire manual over here. Just write the word Boolean over here. So you see or, near, not, all those operators comes over here. So this will help you exactly how these things work. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Otherwise, we'll take Bhagyashree online and address the IP issue. Bhagyashree, you're up. Could you please help us with sharing your screen? Is that possible?
Yes, sir. Could you please make me presenter?
Oh, yes. We got to do that. Just give me a moment. Now you have the rights. Please go ahead. We're just getting your screen. Just waiting for your screen to show up. Okay, something's happening. Yes. Now let's go to from the top. Amazon and digital library. Yes. Right. Okay, great. Could you just please scroll down at the end? Just cross this window. And please scroll out to the end. Okay, Mohit, could you please note this IP address at the bottom?
Just a second. Okay, done.
Mohit, could you please also put this into my personal chat? डाल देंगे direct. Now, ma'am, I would, do you have any? Thank you, Bhagyashree. I think this will be good enough for us to understand what is the issue. Thank you for sharing your screen and helping us with that. Ashu, ma'am,
Yes.
who's the IT person over here right now in the Jaipur MD?
Sir, IT head is Mr. R.K. Pachori.
R.K. Pachori. I don't think I have sir's number.
I
I'll
have
share.
his number.
I think ठीक है मोहित के पास है तो I'll talk to Pachori sir right now because I am of this opinion that we have your old IPs, so we need the new IP range, I will check first what Bhagyashree has given me the IP address. I'll check in my list. If this is a part of that list, then there's something wrong either at my level or at the Amazon level. So we have to talk to the referent guys. Otherwise, if it's just a different IP, then I think it's a very simple thing. We'll be able to address that.
So then it would be provided to each and every student.
Yes, ma'am. What is happening? If I tell you in a simple words, there is no authentication that we can put in right now because the university students are not in the university.
Yes.
And they're
sir.
not using the university IP. So they're coming with the individual IPs, but with remote, they all have a unique IP which is of the university. Now what happens is you have given us, let's suppose, 10 IP addresses. So anyone who is coming through those 10 IPs will get access to SCC Online because we recognize those IPs. The 11th IP, let's suppose the bandwidth has been completed for 10 IPs. The person jumps to the 11th IP, and that 11th IP is not recognized by our software. So it will not give that person the access of IP. So that's a random IP address.
Yeah.
That's the whole situation. So I'll just get this thing done, and probably tomorrow, ma'am, if you're working, can I bother you? No, you're not working. So what I'll do is I'll
It's
drop
off, but you can call me, sir.
I'll drop you a message with the update that what is the situation so that you can do
No,
it.
sir. If you'll give me time, I'll call you. No issues.
I will update you. I'll update you for sure. I don't like disturbing anyone, either neither my team members nor any other members. So I'll give you an update by tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay. So if this is all, there are no questions, then we can conclude the session, ma'am. We can.
Sure. Any other questions, students?
So before we close up, just a small question. Sir, do we need to register on MyLoft again?
No, MyLoft is not for you. MyLoft is not for you. You have Amazon, so you go with Amazon.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you.
MyLoft is that what we are doing with what we are using it to access. So because we are not, you can see I'm sitting at home, right? So I need that access that is at my office. So that's why we have MyLoft. Remote access feature, different company, does the same work. So MyLoft is not for you. Any other doubt that is coming to your mind, guys? Please shoot it out. Otherwise, हम चलते हैं फिर. So thank you so much, ma'am, for
Thank you so much, sir. I'll always trouble you, and soon I'll be troubling you in the September with the new batch.
We are already.
Students, any other questions you may ask? Because soon you people will be getting assignments, and you need the help of SCC. So please, if you have any doubt, anything you may ask.
You can reach out to us. Mohit has already shared the contact details on the chat. So you can probably take a picture of that. In case you lose out the numbers and you're not able to reach out to us through our numbers, the toll-free number is available on the website. So you can reach out over there. And anyone who picks up the phone, you can just tell them that I need to talk to the training team. They'll either give you our numbers or they'll give you our email address. You can reach out to us. Right? So there's always a way, right? The training team is, our company is very close knit, so everyone knows everyone. So even if you take Mohit's name, they know who Mohit is. If you take Rajesh Raina or Chetan Gill, they know who we are, right? So you can just tell them, if you can't remember our name, just say training team, right? And reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to, help you with anything which is in our scope of work, right? ठीक है जी. Good to see some faces before we end the call. Thank you so much, ma'am. And great pleasure talking to Bhagyashree for helping us. And few people who are showing their faces. Good to know that you're talking to human beings. So wish you all the best, guys. And use any software, whatever that you feel is right. Use it, but start using it, right now. Don't postpone it. ठीक है जी? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mohit. Thank you, Raina ji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Yash. We will share this recording. Otherwise, you can go to Google, YouTube, and tomorrow this recording would be available over there.
Thank you
once again. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.